Welcome back to the Wimpy Studio. Today, we are here to kind of discuss our pre-thoughts for When Calls the Heart Season 11, kind of talk about what to expect, what's to come, what we're looking forward to, all of that. And, of course, my mom is here to join me. Thanks for coming on.
Of course.
So, I would say I have not been this excited for a season of When Calls the Heart in a long time. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, I've enjoyed getting to see the little clips of what's to come, and I'm definitely excited for season 11.
This does feel like the first time we've been able to kind of like follow all of like the previews for the season, and I've really enjoyed that. Literally every time there's a new preview out, I go to show you, so it's been fun to be able to follow along and speculate.
Definitely.
So season 11 has a few major plot points from what we can tell, and I thought we would start off with talking about Lucas. That was the biggest cliffhanger from last season, was what happened to him. All we know is that he was walking out of his campaign office and someone shined their lights at him, and he asked, "What are you doing here?" And that's all we got. So we then confirmed that he was shot. So that's kind of going into this season, and we're going to have Bill and Rosemary investigating, with Nathan involved too. So we also have a picture of Elizabeth by Lucas's bedside that was released, and I'm pretty sure this might be like the first scene as like a flashback, and then we're going to cut to like a few months later, is my guess. So I guess the big question is who shot Lucas, and to me, I feel like Montague would be like the top suspect. After everything that happened last season, that just seems to be who it will be, unless they throw in another twist. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, that's what it kind of makes you think it's going to be, just because Lucas was willing to stand up to him and, call him out on what he was doing wrong, and Montague kind of hinted that, you don't want to mess with me. So it definitely lends itself to him being the key suspect.
It's also possible there might be like a twist, though, because that is the obvious person. So maybe it'll be someone else, or maybe Montague's going to frame someone else for it. I think there has to be maybe a bit more to it. It can't just be they find him.
Yeah.
Or I think there'll be some drama with that investigation.
Yeah. Or is it someone from his past? I mean, obviously it's someone he knew based on that last scene from season 10.
Yeah.
So.
And Bill and Rosemary working together will be fun. They both have very strong personalities.
Yes.
I imagine Rosemary's going to want in as like the newspaper runner. She's going to want in and all the tea.
Of course.
So, yeah. So it's been confirmed that someone from Lucas's past is coming to town, and Chris McNally, who plays Lucas, confirmed that it's Jeanette, his old friend that was mentioned in season 6 and 9, who he saved her from a burning building, we know, and this guy named Amos Dixon tried to steal her money. So, and he was working with her in season 9 to try to take down the Wyman Walden guy. So we kind of have some references to her. We don't know too much about her. We don't know what she looks like, but in this season we'll finally get to see her. I'm looking forward to that, to find out more about his past, because we don't know much about him. I mean, when he came in, we kind of knew he would be like the man of mystery, but I feel like these past few seasons they haven't really focused on that. And they've kind of made him into like the leading man of the show because he was with Elizabeth. But so this season it does seem like they're kind of going to go back to that, which I'm intrigued by, because that is what made me like Lucas, or be interested in his character, was the mystery to him. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad they're going back to that. What do you think?
Yeah, I definitely agree. So it's kind of going to give him more substance, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. He also confirmed, the actor, that there will be no romance in season 11 for Lucas, which I'm fine with. I mean, I think it'll be good for him to have a season where he's being governor as his focus and kind of stepping into that leader role for Hope Valley. So I don't think romance is necessarily required for that. It's possible the Jeanette girl could be like an old flame. I'm sure we'll find out more about that. But Jeanette could also be an old lady. We don't know.
Yeah,
We don't know much
right.
about her. So, but yeah, obviously, him being governor is going to be fun to see. I'm glad he survived, so he can be the governor. I'm sure he's going to do great as governor.
He will. Look forward to it.
So, and he also did confirm that Lucas is not going to try to get Elizabeth back. So I'm also glad that that's the case, and we don't have to see like another love triangle situation. It seems the love triangle is over, so I'm thankful for that. So moving on to Elizabeth and Nathan, what I'm most looking forward to for the season. We've been waiting for this since we like started shipping them. I still cannot believe that they're actually doing it, but here we are. So it's confirmed that they will kiss. That was confirmed by Erin Krakow, who plays Elizabeth, and of course I'm looking forward to that. It probably will not be till like the last few seconds of the finale, knowing this show, but we have confirmed that we will have a kiss, which usually that means that bodes well for their future. So, and the funny thing was at the end of season 10, I was thinking like, oh, it's going to take them forever to get together. Like, they probably won't get together until, like, season 13 or something like that. But it does seem like things are going a bit quicker than I originally thought. Because in all the previews we've seen, they're getting really close.
I agree.
So yes. I was actually surprised at how much of them we're seeing. And I'm also, like, thankful and glad that they're not taking it as slow as I originally thought. And I'm sure there's going to be some troubles along the way, like some angst, and they're going to have to discuss like what happened in the past, and her rejecting him and having these feelings for him now. I'm sure there's going to be like an explanation with all that, but I'm glad that it seems like this season they're going to get together. It's not going to be any slower than that. What do you think of their relationship this season?
Yeah, I think it's going to move quicker than what her and Lucas did, for sure.
Yeah. And we also know that Allie is going to be visiting her dad. That was Kevin McGarry confirmed that, who plays Nathan. And she's going to get heartbroken, and he's going to like have to like step in, and Elizabeth's going to help with that too. So whether we see the dad or not, we don't know. But I am looking forward to getting more with the Nathan and Allie and Elizabeth dynamic. I'm looking forward to that blended family between the four of them. That's going to be fun. And seeing Nathan with little Jack is going to be interesting because Lucas and little Jack had like a special relationship. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Nathan and little Jack's is going to be like.
I agree.
And how Elizabeth being Allie's like stepmom in a way will like affect how things go in the classroom. That'll be interesting too.
Yes, it will.
But yeah, that's kind of it with them. I mean, I'm really looking forward to their relationship. And yeah, so that's kind of all I have to say. I think we're gonna have to watch to fully see what's gonna happen with them. For all we know, they could kiss in episode 2. I doubt it, but I'm kind of think it might be like earlier than the last episode is what I'm thinking. But it's also possible it could be the last episode. Do you have a theory?
Oh, I don't know. I think they will before the last episode, based on just the little clips we've seen.
So, Rosemary and Lee, we don't know much about like them as a couple, what's going to happen with them as a couple, but we know Rosemary's going to be working with Bill. And one of the previews, we saw Lee and Lucas together, so maybe Lucas will be like helping, or maybe Lee will be helping Lucas with like governor stuff. I saw a theory that Lee might be the new mayor, but I don't think so. I mean, it's possible, but I think he would be a good mayor. We just haven't seen him in that type of leadership position. So, but they could surprise us. I think it would be cool for Lee to have like a storyline apart from Rosemary. So, and then we'll also have Goldie's first birthday, and we saw in a preview of like her taking her first step. So that's gonna be really cute.
Yes,
I'm looking forward to all of that. So, other stuff. So we have Faith and we've seen in a picture that she's with a little girl. So I'm thinking maybe she's going to be like taking care of her, or maybe she's like a new kid who has like a health issue, and she has to treat her. I don't know much about that, but it will be. I'm looking forward, because we're doing like a character ranking and Faith came in last place. So I hope maybe this season they'll kind of correct and give her something non-romance, and her actually maybe in her professional role, and giving her something to do beyond that. What do you think?
I agree. I think Faith's made it clear she wants to be taken seriously in her role as a doctor, and maybe this will be the opportunity this season that we'll see that.
So we also had with Lucas asking Henry to join his team. And I think that would be a good role for Henry, because I don't know what's going to happen with him this season. He kind of has gone through his redemption arc, so maybe he will just kind of be like, help out however he can in town. Of course, help Lucas out with the governor. Of course, he's going to be a godfather to Goldie. I'm sure we'll have some scenes with them. The question of whether Abigail will return means a lot for Henry, and whether that's going to be a relationship or not, or if it's going to be like an off-screen relationship, or whether they just decide to stay like friends and like keep in touch kind of thing. Personally, I think that's the most likely, that they're just going to kind of like it's going to be like a keep in touch type of thing, because I don't think Abigail's going to return, at least not this season. I would like her to, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, right now how they've played it out is that they've kind of continued their friendship. But yeah, there's not really been any hints at all that she could return. But I think it would be a really cool thing if she did.
Yeah, I think so too. And I don't really want to see an off-screen relationship with them. I want to see them on screen. So if they're not going to have her back, then I think they should just kind of like stay friends and keep in touch, but know that like they are like communicating. That would be cool, and to hear about her. So yeah, May and Hickam are that. So that this is interesting of how it kind of looks like they might already be in a relationship at the beginning of the season. They're looking very cute together from everything I've seen. And I'm looking forward to seeing. It looks like he'll be helping her out in the barbershop. And I think they'll just be like a cute relationship. I guess we can go and talk about. Personally, my guess is that they're the ones getting married. For just pure speculation, I think that they will be the ones getting married, and it'll be cool to see like her culture being tied into the wedding, and maybe meeting some of her family and finding out what exactly her like a wedding in that culture would look like would be different for the show, where it's always been kind of traditional. So I think that would be cool, and seeing like Hickam like learn about her culture might be kind of funny too, because I'm sure he has no idea. But what do you think of all that with them?
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be great if they were the ones to get married, and hopefully we will get a little bit more background on both of them. So we really don't know anything about Hickam, even though he's been a part of the show for quite a while.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, you can say it's too fast, but I don't think it's. I think it probably won't happen until later in the season, and I already think they have potential, so I don't think it's too fast.
I don't think so either.
I think Elizabeth and Nathan would be too fast.
I don't know though. I mean, they're older. They already have children.
I mean,
and if you know, you know.
I mean, it's possible it could be them, but I'm leaning more towards it being May and Hickam. Fiona ? I also wrote down, and for her, I think in the previews all we're seeing is like the first few episodes, so I picture her maybe coming in later in the season. I hope she does, because I prefer her over Faith and May. Like, out of those three girls, I like Fiona the best. So I'm sure she'll be in at some point. I don't know what she'll be up to at all, or why she's been away. And then the Canfields, I don't know what they'll be up to. So those are just some, and like Florence and Ned and Molly, like those are just some characters I don't know.
Yeah.
Those are all like more minor characters. I have a feeling probably like the Canfields will have a bigger role than some of the others I mentioned. But they're not like part of like the main characters.
Right.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to season 11. It's coming out really soon, and we're going to be reviewing it, which will be a lot of fun. So anything else you want to say before we close?
Nope, I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully you are too.
I am really looking forward to it. Comment down below what you're most excited for this season, and we will see you next week for a review of episode 1. So thanks everyone for listening, and bye everyone.